This is Nathaniel back for coding-bootcamps.com, and in this video we're going to kick off our talks on indexing in MongoDB. As you can see on the screen here, we have some documentation from Mongo, and I want you to keep in mind, especially if you're new to databases in general, indexing is a slightly more advanced topic, and it's still relatively easy to understand at a high level what indexing is and how it's helpful. But unless you have a background doing database development or administration, I wouldn't recommend getting too bogged down in trying to understand exactly how indexes are implemented. So I'm just going to read the first part of this from Mongo, and then we're going to leave the rest out as it gets more into implementation. Indexes support the efficient execution of queries in MongoDB. That's why we use them. They're strictly for efficiency. Without indexes, the MongoDB must perform a collection scan, i.e. scan every document in a collection to select those documents that match the query statement. If you remember when we were using find to query over our collections for specific records that matched our query, what Mongo is doing under the hood is it's looking at every single record, looking at each of the fields that we specify, and seeing if there's a match. So it does not scale very well if we have a very, very, very large set of data that we have to scan over. This is why they say if an appropriate index exists for a query, MongoDB can use this index to limit the number of documents it must inspect. So let's go ahead and just create an index. We're here in our Mongo CLI again, and we're going to use MyDB3. And we're going to do help, and we're going to get help for our collection, because this index will be created at the collection level. Alright, so we have our list of help commands, and if we go up and see, we have an option to create an index. It's going to take all of the keys that we want to index on, that we basically want to keep a little list of to know, hey, which employees are in the IT department, so that we can just look at that list if someone is trying to search by IT department. So we're going to paste this command. We're going to say department, and we're going to specify what type of data Mongo is going to be indexing, and we're just going to say text, because our departments are defined as text in our employee entities. And there we go. We have number of indexes before. This was likely a default index that Mongo had defined, and number of indexes after 2. Status OK. So now we have an index. And in the next video, we'll continue expanding on the concept of indexes and talking more about different use cases. See you there.